Hey guys, I updated the build. Let's go over the gear first. So I have a new trench timber now. It's double socket. Got rid of the old one. The biggest upgrade is we have double evergraspings. So our unholy might plus these two and the necromantic, well, the thing that adds more chaos damage. We're at like 110% extra chaos damage. So basically minions are doing double damage. And on top of that, we have withering presence. We fit it in here. And then we're taking right hand of darkness. So we have wither stacks of 50. So that's like 150% extra chaos damage. That's a lot. Other things we changed was I have a new amulet. It's basically +3. This is not where all the damage is coming from. It's got that really nice mod, that 15% increased damage if you've been hit recently. I got super lucky buying this. I got it for 7 divine. Yeah, this. But I got lucky and dropped the thing I sold. But anyway, the big damage comes from these double evergrasping. I'd say this is going to be your biggest increase if you're playing a Chaos Lich. Right, the downside is I have CI. So I know some people don't like CI, but I like it. It allows me to use these, and it's a lower budget. This is like a really lower budget build compared to some other ones with a lot of reservation efficiency. It does give extra chaos damage to your enemies in your presence, but I've noticed it doesn't really matter for me. Updated the scepter, so if you're using Infernal Legion, minions with increased maximum life, it's really good. And the prices have plummeted for gear. So this +4, 40% extra spirit, 66% increased mana regen, which I need for my build because CI on the left side of the tree of the ascendancy for Lich, you do struggle with mana, so you're going to want increased mana regeneration rate, and I got lucky with also getting it here. So this is 110 just from these two pieces. It allows me to free up spots on my passive tree, right? This belt, got this too. This is an upgrade, 2 T1 resistances, and then I bone slammed that third one, and I got rid of the dead mod, so we got really lucky. This glove, I had this for a while. You can look at all through this stuff on the Maxroll. It'll be on there. This helm, I corrupted this myself and got spirit. This needs to change out because it's 132. And then these boots need to change too. My cold resistances are not capped, and I need to cap those. So that'll happen eventually. The plan later on is not to get a Bones of Valir just yet, because you lose a lot. You lose a lot of energy shield. You got to mess around with that movement speed. My preferred take is to get rid of this, put in a focus with +2. Right, I'm working on that already. So you'll have resistances that'll free up resistances and get energy shield, and then we can put a darkness enthroned in the belt slot. So we can remove the belt, right? We'll lose these resistances, and then we'll gain it on the focus, so we won't really lose anything. So that's the plan for upgrading the gear, along with you know, more energy shield and that kind of thing. So let's look at my character stats, right? Like I said, 44 cold, kind of low. We did crush Simulacrum 2, so that's crushed. That's at the end of the video. You can go jump ahead and look at that. 3, we can't do it yet because I need resistances. I'm getting 2 and 1-shotted in Sim T3, so yeah. These are the stats. Some parts on the passive tree I changed. I got more energy shield recharge delay, so it's only 2.2 seconds, and then my recharge rate per second is 1.5k. So it's pretty good. Really good for where it is. Let's talk about the passive tree. I made some huge changes. We're not going here towards the left, the cross anymore. I was using a lot of extra cash with all these points going down there. I didn't realize it until I started to like count it all up and stuff. I was like neglecting points over here, and then so yeah, we made all these changes. We're at the minion wheel. We still have elemental resistances. We're taking elemental resistance here as well because of the Infernal Legion on the ant, right? We're trying to get maximum fire res. And then some extra life over here too. I could take this fire res right here. That'll be fine. And then I could dump these 2 points and put these 2 points somewhere else. That's a choice that we can make as well. But yeah, for now it's pretty fine. This guy right here, emboldening lead, this works very well, right? With your unearth. That coupled with the mod that I have on that amulet, super good. In the last build, I had these mana regens. We got rid of that because we finally got some gear to replace that. We're taking all these, right? Until I find a better place to get energy shield, I'll move it out. Because we have this, Blackened Heart, these extra mana, maximum mana, or this is reduced mana. I got to get rid of this. This is reducing my mana. It's messing up my Blackened Heart. So we'll move around, get more mana, try to max this out. Yeah, and because we're not taking this, like I said, you need to have some form of mana regeneration rate. Other notable portions, that's kind of it. Taking this, we do have to take this for withered on hit for maximum stacks with our withering presence. You don't have to, because with just the withering presence, it gets around, I think, like 30 stacks. which is not bad. So you could save these 4 points and you could put it somewhere else, wherever you want, right? All these extra damage and life, really good stuff. And then CI. What I don't have is my sapphires. These are not upgraded yet. You know, I still got to upgrade these guys, get more spirit. If you don't know, you know, get yourself grand spectrums or something, or whatever you want, whatever you think your build needs. So that's it for the passive tree, what I've made. You can check it out in the Maxroll. There's different sections of different passive trees. This will be the most updated one. And it's the same thing with the gear too, right? There's going to have multiple pages in the Maxroll for the gear. So there's like the lower budget with my lower set gear, and then the newer stuff that I have now. So let's talk about skills, right? So first one up, Skeletal Warrior. This guy's got Death March, gives life. He always dies. Sacrificial Lamb, right? Obvious. Last Gasp to keep him alive. And then Armor Break to help break armor. You can put whatever else you need in there. Here's Withering Presence. We've fitted this in. It's got Prolonged Duration and Chaos Mastery. What this guy does with stacks of Wither, right? It's 50% increased chaos damage. So we have 110. So 50% increased on top of that 110. That's a lot of extra damage when we get cooking. I slammed the Skeletal Brute back on. So now we have a nice looking solo leveling team. We got a Brute in here, Tank or whatever his name is. He's got a Minion Mastery. You can put something else in here. This is just what I have. I have him with Armor Break and then Uruk Smelting. So he breaks even more armor because I need a source of Armor Break for single target. And then the Brute, perfect choice. Muster and Feeding Frenzy, right? And here's our Frozen Mandibles. He's got Bleed 4. And the reason he has Bleed 4 because it's 30% more melee physical damage against bleeding enemies. And the Sniper causes bleed. 100% chance, right? So in combination, it boosts his damage. He's rolling with Feeding Frenzy, Muster, Infernal Legion for that extra AoE burn. It's really nice. You don't have to use this. I like it a lot because with Rupture the Soul, it combos really well for killing trash and getting procs. This Tech Rod Revenge, he does burn down in life eventually. So this will give him that Super Saiyan mode. You could put something else in here if you want more immediate damage, you know. But so far, this is kind of like what I like. That's just for fun. So here's the stats, right? 33k life. So with that Infernal Legion, 25% taken as burn damage. So that's about like 8k radiating. Pretty good. His basic attack, if you look at it, it's a 102, right? Not bad. 102, pretty respectable. So let's put in Pain Offering. What is he at now? 179 DPS, right? With the Pain Offering on. And that's not including a Despair Curse added on with the stacks of Wither. So hits like a truck, right? Once it's done cooking and everything like that. Storm Mages are good old pals. We've got 3 of them. If I had more spirit, I'd put in 5 just to help like clear stuff out. It's got Last Gasp, Overcharge from more shock magnitude, Feeding Frenzy, Muster, and this Lightning Penetration. You could slot something else in here. You could put Controlled Destruction. I just use this, you know, it's decent. If we look at his arc, it's 15k damage per use, and it chains to 2. So 3 of them, it's around 45k damage every DPS per second. So it's not bad. And then this guy, he's got Fork on him, right? And that's just the spread to hit people to bleed. And then Muster, Bidding. I still use him as a nuke because the nuke is still pretty good, and multi-shot too, right? So if we look at his advanced info, his basic attack's not that great. Damage per second 7k, but you want to look at the gas arrow. That's what we care about. And you want to look at the explosion. So average damage per use, this is 91, and that's per arrow, and that's 3 arrows. So it's basically a nuke of 2,700,000, right? That's a lot. It's a pretty fat nuke. It's nice to have. And then your Pain Offering, this thing does work. Brutus's Brain. You can either put it on the Cleric. I prefer to put it on the Pain Offering, which is tied to the Sacrificial Lamb on the Warriors who are always in front, right? You'll cast this. It'll be a party. It's not going to die, and you get that fat, juicy increase in damage. It goes from 110 or whatever it was to 170k DPS for the ants, you know. Also huge burst damage with the explosion for the nukes. These guys get all the help from the Pain Offering. It's great. Prolonged Duration, Magnified Area. The thing with Magnified Area, it's better than Expanse because the cooldown is still less. The cooldown of 8 seconds really does hurt a lot. I'll notice we're going from pack to pack because we're traveling so fast that it's still on cooldown when I want to have it. And then Dance Macabre and Sacrificial Offering for more buff effect. Unearth, this guy's in here too. It's really good. What I do notice, right? A lot of people are complaining about the ant not having aggro. What I notice is when you use Unearth and those scorpions go out, the ants follow them. So I think what's happening is the AI of the Unearth is super aggressive, and because it aggroes, the ants instantly aggro too. Try it out. That's what I'm noticing. So I don't notice anything else. Once I have a bunch of scorpions about, those ants are just out and about. Everyone's going around and like chasing stuff down. Feeding Frenzy for more damage. Muster, right, for more damage. I think it works. I don't know. I think it does, right? Maybe I should slot it out. Take it out. I didn't see the DPS go up. Maybe this is dead, right? Possibly it's dead. Hold on. Let's go here. Is it glitched? 102. So I have Muster in here. It's a dead support. I want to say maybe it works on the minions. Who knows? I'll leave it in there. I'll figure it out. Efficiency for less casts because you know, we want to keep our mana high. And then prolonged duration, so you just have those scorpions out for a longer time. And blasphemy in here, we're running despair. So I will take blasphemy off if I'm planning to do a T4 boss. T4 boss, take the blasphemy off, self-cast it for bigger negative chaos resistance. Also, the other thing too is, you know, let's say you're fighting a different boss that requires a different curse. Feel free to switch the curse out. Use what you need, you know. Maybe even take out one of these guys. I used to have a secondary curse from far away, but I haven't been needing it, so I took it out, and that's why we have the brute here now. And then skeletal cleric, right? He's got meat shield, last gasp, minion mastery, and rapid casting. So that's it for the skills. We went over the passives. We'll do a T15, and then you can see how it performs. Cool. All right, so this is the map we're gonna run. It's a savanna. It's got all this stuff. It's cleanse, it's got abyss, irradiation. It's probably gonna crash. Here's our T15 map, right? 1 life, ignited ground, monster life. I hope we don't crash. When we get to the abyss, I have to slow it down. I have to slow it down when we get to those abyssal areas, because I don't know. It's not, this shit is not battle tested. Hold on, let's get through. But yeah, like I was mentioning, cast pain offering, those scorpions, once they start to go out, like the ants kind of like go out with them. So there's a resistance shrine. It's good for us, right? Cast my pain offering again. So that's the nice thing about not having oh, okay, hold on, we're slowing down. Let me wait. Let's wait, because I don't want my game to crash. So we gotta wait. We're being throttled. Right, I'll cast, you know, throw out scorpions. Just gonna let them go. See, then as the scorpions go out, the ants go out. So I don't know if that's like intent. Oh shit, where did these guys come from? Party time? From the rear? Getting invaded from the rear. Right, then my storm mages are out aggroed up there too. Usually they're around with me. There's a set right here. Brute shout. Oh, there's more people over here. Send out a gas arrow. So it's kind of fun. You know, you can kind of just do whatever. Do a brute shout. AoE. It would be nice if I could fit in like a frost mage. Maybe one day we can get rid of somebody. But as of right now, this is like pretty good. It's a party right now. See, I don't know where everyone is, but I'm just gonna wait because I don't want my game to crash. Right. Get your pain offering. And then, yeah. Kind of it. I can't see anything. I don't know where anything is. There you go. I see 2 ants. You know, there's a thing right there. I just don't want to get hit by like degenning ground. Let me change my charm. I have a charm. I took my stun charm off. Because I was doing simulacrums, so I took the stun charm off. I had the slow charm. Right, put up their pain offering. Okay, we're gonna crash. I could tell. I could tell. The reason why this is taking long because I don't want to crash. Okay. Perfect stuff. Cool. I like perfect stuff. Abyss arsenal. Quarterstaff. You know, send out some scorpions. Send out the bees. Do a brute shout. Sure, there you are. Yeah, this map is stacked, right? It's a lot of stuff. It's funny too, because if you get an abyss map, it doesn't even spawn with like the other stuff, like the rituals or whatever. Like maybe I've seen it have a breach, but the rituals don't spawn. Oh, we got full whatchamacallit frame rate now. I think it's because we went out through the perimeter and thinned it out. Map's getting thinned out. Sinestral Necromancy. There's a guy shooting a laser beam. Kill that guy. But yeah, this is why I like the Pain Offering. I think the Pain Offering is great here, especially when you don't really need... is this a boss? Especially when you don't really need the clerics to be alive, you know? Because the one thing too is the clerics, they don't even spawn... They can't spawn specters. Oh wow, I just got hit by a bunch of stuff. I don't know what's taking so long. Maybe hit him with a gas arrow. I didn't even use my brute shout. Brute shout. Okay. Get the boss. Go this way. Yeah, I used to have a weapon swap with gas arrow. I mean, I still do. We still could do that. But, I just don't. Right? What is this? Withering Presence. Boom. So we could have Withering Presence. Withering Presence on the boss swap is what I've got. I totally forgot. Let's see. Let's go through here. Alright, Pain Offering. Ooh, Gloom Shrine. It's party time. Let's make sure we summon some skeletons. Or some scorpions. So they know where to go. The Gloom Shrine is basically 100% Rupture the Soul. Right, so you just kind of just go around and everything just gets destroyed. Oh, wow, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Exploding green shit. That's the worst part, just not die. I need to raise my energy shield. That's something that needs to go up. But you know, I'll do that eventually. Get better gear, get more currency. But as of right now, the way this plays is really good. There's a lot of damage. Can do T2 simulacrums. Albeit, I do have to like move around and run around. It would have been so crazy if in the simulacrum I had dead bodies. Because then I can summon scorpions. You see how I summoned those scorpions and then the ants went out? So I don't know if like that's like a thing with them. Oh my god, there's like little things exploding everywhere. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. There's so many monsters that even the ants are like kind of standing there. Like, what do we do? What do we do, boss? How do we earn our keep? Like, it's simple. Just act like actual ants. Just swarm. Kill that dude. There's a coffer. Let me just clear this map before I start looting and stuff. Alright, keep your Pain Offering up. Huge buff. Huge buff, free damage. Let's keep going. This is a big map, dude. Abyss with Savannah is nice. And the Rupture the Soul distance is really far. It's really far. Hit that meteor shrine before I die. Die from a meteor. Brute shout. That's where the brute is? Oh, he went Super Saiyan. So the tech rods is on. Now that ant is in party mode. Party mode ant. And with that tech rods, something is happening. When it expires, he has full life. So, you know, hopefully that never gets fixed. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Explosions. Explosions. So, kind of tanky. You know, we can eat all those explosions. It's cool. I'm not going to hit that breach right now just because I think my computer's going to crash. We hit that breach. So let's just keep going. Alright, make sure you get that Pain Offering up. Good job, Storm Mages. Boom. Brute Shout. Cool. If only that Brute Shout did more damage. I don't know how much damage it actually does. It would be good if it did like a ton of damage. I don't think so. Amunamu's Void. Damn, I'm full. Oh, did my computer crash? Okay. The good thing when the crash happens is it refreshes, I think like the memory or something. It clears the cache. It doesn't have to remember as much shit. So we're not lagging right now. Power of the mind? Or perfect essence of the mind. Cool, I'll take that. Yeah. So I guess we did the whole abyss. Cool. Yeah, interesting, right? There's no rituals, but there is a breach. So let's go hit that breach. Do this abyss. Are there any more chests? Did I open all the chests? Austere Obliterator Bow. Is that good? Level 19 Spirit Gem. Ill. Okay. Oh, armory chest. Okay. Alright, so do the breach. Right, usually breaches are like a pain in the ass, but we have so much extra chaos damage. You know, withers going down. There's bleeds and stuff happening. Hope we don't crash as well. Alright, make sure you summon a pain offering. And yeah, it's pretty fun. You know, if you play a little slower, you're basically really safe. But I like to kind of like run through. And there's enough damage that you can just have a different spectre, right? Instead of the brute, you can have like a strider for MTX and stuff. Have somebody cool in your gang. Like, you have options and stuff. And if you have even more spirit, then you have even more options. So it's a really good build, especially because it doesn't break the bank. And it's something that you can kind of like scale up when you first start playing at like a low level. So I think it's great. But anyway, that's it for the update. And yeah, I'll make another one when I reach another like level of power breakpoint or something. And I'll catch you guys next time. See you on the next one. Bye. 15 monster movement, stun threshold, some other stuff. Dude, no, the answer is Super Saiyan? Oh man, I think that thing is glitched, but whatever. So wave 15, right? Pretty good. As long as you stay alive. You know, this gear is not super crazy. I do have some upgrades, I will say that, so they're definitely helping. But, one shot. I don't have any frost. Okay, we're good. Right? Stay alive. That was the first death, too. So if I had maximum resistances, it would have been way better. But yeah, pretty easy. One death. Hangman's Reliquary Key.